Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV and welcome to Premier League Predictions Game 22. Now, if we go through the fixtures, starts off on Friday evening, 8 o'clock kickoff, Sheffield United at home to West Ham United. On to Saturday, we have a 12:30 kickoff, that is Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. And then a 3 o'clock kickoff, Chelsea versus Burnley. Followed by Everton at home to Brighton and Hove Albion, Leicester City versus Southampton, Manchester United at home to Norwich, Wolves at home to Newcastle United, and then the late kickoff on Saturdays at 17:30, that is Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool. On to Sunday, the early kickoff at 2 o'clock is Bournemouth at home to Watford, followed by our game at 16:30 on Sunday, that is Aston Villa at home to Manchester City. So, as we normally do, we've got our three guests on the channel that give you their Premier League predictions. That is Martin, presenter on Man City Fan TV. We also have Kiam, who looks after the FIFA content and is also a contributor to Man City Fan TV. And Ryan, who looks after the Man City Fan TV Discord channel and certainly the Premier League predictions table. So, guys, I'm going to hand you over to our first one, and they are going to give you their predictions. So up first, we've got Kiam.
Hi Andy, thanks for having me on again, mate. Here are my predictions for game week 22. So a couple of interesting games this weekend. I've gone for Sheffield United 2, West Ham United 1. I think West Ham are a bit of a shambles, aren't they? I know, they've sacked Manuel Pellegrini now, and they did get a decent result last time out, but I think Sheffield United are quite a strong side. We saw them at the Etihad put in a good performance. I think they will comfortably beat West Ham. Well, maybe not comfortably, 2-1. Next one, Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 1. I think the Arsenal fans are getting a little bit giddy. They think Arteta is the saviour, the best manager since sliced bread. And, good luck to Arteta. Obviously, he was there with Pep at City, so wish him the best, but I think Crystal Palace will put up a bit of a fight. They're going to get in Arsenal's faces, and I don't think Arsenal's players really want to know when you get in the face. The likes of Lacazette, Aubameyang, they don't want to know. So I think they'll probably scrape a draw at best. Then I've gone for Chelsea 3, Burnley 0. Comfortable home win for Chelsea. I've gone for Everton 2, Brighton 0. Now I think Everton put in one of the most pathetic displays I've ever seen in football against Liverpool the other day. When Liverpool played their youth team and Everton's first team couldn't beat them. I think it was absolutely disgusting what they did to their fans, because, can you imagine if Manchester United came to the Etihad with their youth side and beat our first team? It just doesn't even bear thinking about. Absolutely shameful performance from the Everton players. But I think this weekend they will get a reaction. I think the Everton crowd are going to be pretty angry, but I think it might be the kind of atmosphere that spurs the players on, and they'll beat Brighton 2-0. Leicester to beat Southampton 3-1. Pretty routine win for Leicester. Manchester United 2, Norwich City 1. Now Norwich probably will get a goal because United's defence isn't the greatest, as we saw in midweek when we absolutely destroyed them at the CFA Salford campus. And but I think United will probably get the win, 2 goals. They'll probably get a dodgy penalty. They seem to win these games against the lesser sides at home, so I think they'll pick up a win. And then I've gone for Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Newcastle United 0. Comfortable win for Wolves, standard victory at home. And then I've gone for Spurs 2, Liverpool 2. So I think Liverpool will actually drop points this weekend. I've got a feeling Spurs are going to put in a performance and they will do enough to keep Liverpool at bay. They won't keep a clean sheet. It's going to be a high goal scoring game, but I think they will prevent Liverpool from taking all 3 points. It'll be a Jose Mourinho sort of slugfest, if you like. And then I've gone for Bournemouth 2, Watford 1. So I think Bournemouth at home will be too strong for Watford. Although Watford have picked up under Nigel Pearson, I think Bournemouth might just have a little bit too much pace, and the home advantage will see them over the line. And then the last game of the weekend, the most important one, Aston Villa versus Manchester City. And I've gone for a narrow victory to Manchester City by 2-1. I think Aston Villa will put in a real shift against City. I think it's going to be a tough away game. City can sometimes relax when they've come off a decent victory, as they did in the week against United. So I think the City players will be in snooze mode for most of the game, but will probably just have enough quality to see them over the line. So those are my predictions, Andy. Thanks for having me on, and best of luck to everyone else with their predictions.
Okay, thank you very much, Kiam, for your predictions. I see I'm sure you'll still be top of the table this week, but let's see who is catching you up. So our next predictions are coming from Martin.
Cheers, Andy. Martin here, Man City Fan TV, giving you my predictions. Well, I only seem to do well in these cup predictions. I don't know why we're not doing a cup one, because I seem to get them spot on. It's just the Premier League one I'm not doing very well in anymore. I'm dropping like a stone. Anyway, week 22. Well, game week 22, should I say. Let's get on with these predictions, shall we? So I've gone for, I'm going to start with ours. Aston Villa against Manchester City. The game I'm at the weekend, away at Villa Park. It's going to be bouncing, hopefully. The away support's always good with us Blues. I've gone for Villa 1, City 4. Now, you're going to think, wow, Martin's throwing his neck on the line here. I just think we're on the goal trail now. And I just think, especially after Tuesday night, I just think we're going to be rocking. I think we'll be confident. Hopefully, Bernardo Bubblegum Silva's back to his best. Excuse me. Aguero possibly plays, gets back on the goal trail, possibly gives Sterling a bit of a rest, but I know Villa have got a really good result at Leicester, against Leicester City in the first leg of their Carabao Cup semi-final, but I just think we'll have too much for them, and I'm going for a really good performance, really positive here, 4-1, back on the goal trail. What can I say? Next one we'll look at is our dear unfortunate neighbours over the road, over in Salford, the city of Salford. Manchester United against Norwich City. I've gone for United 3, Norwich 1. For the simple fact is, I just don't rate Norwich at all. I still have nightmares to how I think we got beat by that lot. I don't know. The rock bottom of the league, not scoring any goals at all. But yeah, I've gone for United 3, Norwich 1. I just think United will get, for some reason, Ollie seems to have this little knack of bad results, good results, bad results, good results, and I think that's what's keeping him in a job at the moment, is that he's pulling out results at the moment, followed up by an awful performance probably the week after, but I just think this will be their week to do well at home. I think their fans will demand it after the, poor performance at the midweek against ourselves. So yeah, United 3, Norwich 1. Next one we'll look at is the big one that some people see over the weekend at the new White Hart Lane, Tottenham against, I hate to say this, but probably champions-elect Liverpool. And I've gone for a narrow Liverpool win 2-1. Jose Mourinho not doing the business at all at Tottenham. Carried on from where he left off at Old Trafford. Playing badly, poor performances. He just can't. He's just, for me, I don't even think he'll last 18 months at Tottenham. There's a prediction for you. But yeah, I've gone for Liverpool to get a narrow 2-1 win, because Liverpool are not even playing well, but they're doing what champions do. They're playing badly but winning, and I just think they'll have far too much firepower in Mane, Salah, Firmino, for Tottenham quite easily. So yeah, Tottenham 1, Liverpool 2. So there are my just 3 predictions I'm going to throw out there. Obviously, you see I've gone for an Arsenal win, gone for a Sheffield United draw, so let's see what happens at the weekends. But guys, I'll see you down at Villa Park at the weekend. Fan cams, pre-match stuff, the lot. You know how we do it here on Man City Van TV. But I'm going to hand you back over to the master of ceremony himself, Mr. Andy Turner. Over to you, and I'll see you guys at Villa Park. And as always, up the Blues.
Okay, thanks, Martin. Really appreciate that. And let's see if you can get some points on the table this week and start trying to catch up Kiam. And then on to our final guest today, and that is Ryan.
Hello guys, it's Ryan with my predictions for game week 22. So I have gone with Sheffield 2, West Ham 0, Palace 1, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 0, Burnley 1, Everton 3, Brighton 0, Leicester 2, Southampton 1, Man United 2, Norwich 1, Wolves 1, Newcastle 1, Spurs 0, Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0, Watford 2, and Villa 0, City 3. So starting with City, Aston Villa, I just see a routine victory really. Mark Grealish out the game, they've got nothing, essentially. But they did have a good game against Leicester in the Cup last night. Obviously getting that 1-1 draw. Back to the top. So Sheffield beating West Ham. Sheffield have had their blip now where they've had the 2 very tough games in a row. I think he'll be back to winning ways. Moyes has won 2 in a row now, with one of them being 4 or 5 goals. I think it was 4-0 maybe against Bournemouth. Can't see that happening again for a while. Matt Noble scoring twice. It's just not happening for a long time. So 2-0 Sheffield there. Palace losing to Arsenal. They've currently got their Arteta boost. I think that'll last a couple more weeks before things start to drop off a bit. So I've gone with a nice easy victory there. I think Sheffield will get a goal back late on though. Chelsea, Burnley. Chelsea, they're 4th, but they seem not great. Burnley haven't been on the best run of form overall, but I think this could be a big game. They always seem to turn up against Chelsea, I feel. So, Burnley grabbing the victory there. Everton, can just see them beating Brighton convincingly. Get a reaction after getting embarrassed by Liverpool in the FA Cup by their B team. Leicester, Southampton, I think Danny Ings will get another goal, but Leicester will have too much for them. That's why I've gone 2-1 there. Man United, they now need to rebound after losing to us. Norwich seem to be a bit on the up, so I think they'll get a goal, but United will have too much. Wolves have a draw written all over them every single game. Newcastle, always the sort of team that always run. They have decent defence and they always have a chance of getting a goal. So we'll go 1-1 there. Liverpool, Spurs. Mourinho had absolutely nothing against Southampton, and I think Liverpool will run that team ragged. So I've gone 3-0 there. And Bournemouth losing to Watford. Watford on the up after bringing in Nigel Pearson, who apparently has like more points from his last 10 games than Pep or something in the league, which I found an entertaining stat. But Bournemouth, terrible run of form. I think Eddie Howe could be getting near the end here, unfortunately. But I've gone 2-0 Watford there. But make sure you get your predictions in the Discord, and back to Andy.
Okay, thank you, Ryan, for that, and I really do appreciate you looking after the predictions league on the Discord channel. So over to my predictions for this week, game 22. Right, starting off with Sheffield United versus West Ham, I'm going to go for a 1-1. On to Saturday, Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. I'm going to go Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 2. Chelsea versus Burnley, I think this is going to be 3 points for Chelsea. Tight game, but I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Burnley 1. On to Everton versus Brighton and Hove Albion. I can only see a draw here, for being honest. So I've gone for Everton 1, Brighton 1. On to Leicester versus Southampton. I think this is going to be 3 points for Leicester, even though Southampton are doing really well at the moment. I'm going to go Leicester 2 to just sneak it to Southampton's 1. Man United versus Norwich. Norwich, they're just in free fall. Not the greatest team. I'm almost certain they're going to go down this season. But I'm going to go for a comfortable comeback after the absolute demolition Man City did on them in the Carabao Cup. I'm going to go Man United 3, Norwich 1. On to Wolves versus Newcastle, which I think might be a really entertaining game. I'm actually going to go for a draw here. I think Newcastle might get a point out of this, and I'm going to go Wolves 2, Newcastle 2. On to the big game on Saturday evening, Tottenham versus Liverpool. I'm going to go for Jose Mourinho, park the bus, hit him on the counter-attack masterclass, and I'm going to go for Tottenham 2, Liverpool 1. Even though Harry Kane is out, I'm just going to go for an upset. On to Sunday, Bournemouth versus Watford. I bet this is a real dour game, but I'm going to go for Bournemouth to scrape a point. They need points, and I'm going to go for Bournemouth 1, Watford 1. On to our game, Aston Villa against City. Well, Villa got a great point in the first leg at Leicester in the Carabao Cup. I say a point, I mean a draw, 1-1 the other night, but I think City are going to be far too strong for them. I mean, you only have to look at Sergio Aguero on the videos on the Man City website and look at him. 3 headers on the run, 3 finishes on the run. I mean, the guy's just a hat-trick hero. And for me, he'll start and he'll get a hat-trick. And I'm going to go for Aston Villa 0, Manchester City 3. Take the 3 points, put the pressure back on Leicester and Liverpool. But anyway, that's our predictions for this week. Don't forget, give us your predictions below. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run through the table that is currently up on the Discord channel. Okay, so here we have the full updated table for the last round, game 21 in the Premier League. So as you can see here, there's been a little bit of swapping around. Bernard Dineen's had a good week last time. So Kiam still tops the table on 127 points. Bernard Dineen is on 120, which drops Ryan Corrie down to third on 117. Baron's House in fourth on 112. Martin is in fifth on 102. Ethan Aspinall on 100. And Andy zooms up that table into seventh on 95 points. So I can still catch them. Maybe. I doubt it. In eighth, we've got Section 20 on 94, a point behind me. Point behind him, we've got Callum in ninth on 93. Dank City in 10th on 85. Mingy Wong on 74. Sargent in 12th on 69. Ace King on 51, Alex on 16, Rodrigo on 9, Darren 9, Ashkid 6, Daniel De Bruyne 6, Aguero's Cute 5, True Blue 1972 on 4. So, the message at the bottom there, congrats to Martin and Ethan Aspinall on being our next Centurions. Don't worry, get that ready for Monday. Or Sunday night when I will join you. Five correct scores for me this weekend. I'm gonna be the next one to join that 100 league. But anyway, guys, listen, thank you so much. If you want to still join, you can do. How whether it's worth it or not, I don't know. But if you want to do it for a little bit of fun, please feel free to go over to the Man City Fan TV Discord channel and get your Premier League predictions in. If not, and you want to put them below, get your predictions in below. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. A massive thank you to Martin, Kiam and Ryan for coming on for this week's Premier League predictions game 22. And we will see you next time. Take care, Blues.